Hey, this is Charles Kirk on behalf of Mike Hill. Congratulations for clicking the link. We conducted a survey last week, and we wanted to see what people were struggling with, where were the strengths and where were the weaknesses, and how we could actually come in and be a benefit to you. What kind of training can we provide that would help you? So let's go ahead and look at those results. Now, there was a slight error on one of the questions, but we'll go over that. First, we'll start with what is your business type? Predominantly, we've got digital products here. That is leading the pack at 41%. And we intentionally asked, what is your business type? Because I know some people, I'm into marketing, I'm into affiliate marketing, I'm into coaching, consulting, I got a couple Amazon products. So we wanted to know what was your main business type, and digital products here, obviously a winner with not even a close second, super affiliates, which would make sense because typically that's more of a digital product scenario. It really can be physical, but for the majority of the people, I believe it's going to be digital in this case. What is your primary niche? Unfortunately, that data didn't show up. That was a technical issue on my end. Okay, I think this is a really valuable question. How long have you been online trying to make this work? Years in online media. 1 to 5 year is the winner by a long shot. Approximately 49%, let's just say 50% of the people who took the survey have been doing this at least 1 to 5 years. And I think that's kind of interesting because honestly, when you look at the numbers, with so many people coming on every single day, this really tells me a lot of people have been in this for a while, which I think is exciting. And you got a few old timers like me and Mike, 10 years plus. Really surprised that the 1 to 5 year and the 5 to 10, the 0 to 1 and the 5 to 10 are virtually the same. So, you've got a huge range of people and ability in the survey. Your biggest challenge, traffic and conversions. I thought that was surprising because tracking here is like 7%. Why would tracking, not be a bigger issue? The issue is if you're having trouble making traffic work and you're having trouble with conversions. If you got traffic problems, conversion problems, tracking probably isn't high on that list. So that would explain that. And obviously copywriting, which if you can't get your conversions going, doesn't really make much difference from that standpoint. So you're really saying that you're really struggling with traffic, which is a mechanical aspect of it, and conversions, which typically is a system aspect. So let's keep going. Annual sales, I thought was really, really interesting. 0 to 50,000. In hindsight, I wish I would have broken this up to like 5,000, 10,000, 25,000, 50. I wish I would have broke it to that number. We didn't. But majority, approximately 67% are making less than $50,000 from an annual sales, online sales volume. And nothing else is even remotely close on here. So with that said, definitely keep that in mind. So it really tells us, and that kind of goes back to this, obviously, you're struggling with the traffic, you're struggling with conversions because that's why sales are relatively low. And that would really feed into the next question is, what is your monthly paid ad spend? Here, we're talking less than $1,000. Let's just say you're spending $1,000, you double your ROI, you're still making $24,000. So that's really telling us that you're not spending a lot of money because you are having trouble making the traffic convert. That's really reading between the spaces, reading between the lines, so to speak. And I think that's really interesting. And we've obviously got some, larger clients here, but, as the general survey goes. Now, this is what really kind of threw me for a loop. Your biggest strength, traffic and conversions and tracking and copywriting are considered your biggest strengths. Copywriting literally is the exact same as traffic. So I really think quite often people are confusing understanding how to get traffic and then understanding conversions. Those are two totally different animals, and we're going to go over that, so don't worry about that. Also, the largest paid traffic source by far is Facebook or social media, with a not even a remotely close second. We've got email, solo ads, GDN, which is a little more advanced. We've got native ads, which are more advanced, contextual, which I won't say a little more advanced, it's just a little harder to make convert. So the largest source, basically people are struggling to make Facebook convert. And this is what I thought was interesting. Your biggest need, system. 37.63% said, hey, I need a system. And the close second is strategy. And that really surprised me because I was thinking, they've got systems, they've got strategies, but that would make sense to why people see their biggest strength and then or traffic, but yet they're struggling to really scale it past 50,000 or even past 1,000 per month. So with that said, Mike and I decided to, we've taken this data and what free training could we create that could address what we just went over. We see the deficiencies. We know where people are struggling. How can we address those? And we've got a special webinar, how to create a successful and scalable campaign with paid traffic without technical overwhelm and losing your shirt. And it's very important because I look at systems and strategies. Typically, from a strategy standpoint, it's having the right game plan. From a system standpoint, it's typically technical things, making the conversions, making the tracking, making all that work. So we put together a very special webinar. We're going to go ahead and give you a lot of content on that. So with that said, I want you to come over here. Right below this video will be a link. Go ahead and click that, and you can go ahead and register for the webinar. We only have 1,000 seats. We have got the I'm not sure what level GoToWebinar. We've got the top one, but 1,000 seats is really not that much. I know that may seem like a lot, but it's really not that much. We'll probably max out. With that said, go ahead and register now. It's a first come, first serve event. So go ahead and get on it. We're going to be covering systems, strategies, how you can do all this without getting overwhelmed, and how you can start without spending a lot of money and scale up. And with this, Charles, on behalf of Mike, hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you on the webinar.